And now the leader in the all-around competition, which is also underway here, Svetlana Boginskaya.
And she started off with a very difficult front flip mount right into a gainer. This is a difficult event for her because sometimes she lets her nerves get the best of her. Concentrates very hard. Back handspring, layout back handspring, and she nails that run. More and more you're seeing three acrobatic movements in a row. Combination tumbling. At one time that would have been thought impossible. She tied for third on this event at the World Championships. And she's being quite aggressive here. Her rhythm is good.
To give you an idea of how she thinks, you know, some people might have a collection and just leave it at that. She has a doll collection and has gone one step further. She gets the dolls to have removable limbs and movable legs, and she's able to move the dolls and create certain moves and routines that she is then able to use in her gymnastics routines.
A slight break there. 2/10 of a point. But she doesn't let that bother her, Al. You know, many times a person will get real cautious if they have little breaks in their routine, and they won't go as hard for different moves. But she moves very well. Run off double back, and she lands it.
And now tie for the lead. She would need a 9.975 to do that. Or from an American perspective, move ahead of Sabrina Marr. She would need a 9.75 to do that.
And she's certainly capable of that. Once again, we point out her strength, her great flexibility. Double front handspring to a double front. Rarely ever seen in gymnastics, top gymnastics. Usually we see a lot of back handsprings, but to do front handsprings like that is almost unheard of. Not many doing it.
Now, the way the judging has gone today, a 9.75 would mean a pretty major mistake, and the Soviet gymnasts just don't frequently make mistakes like that.
Of course, her second tumbling run, whip over, double tuck. Oh, there's a slight break there. Just a little jarring movement after her double back. And I mentioned she's also playing it a little bit safe on that second tumbling run. She does have a full-in double back. Let's see if she puts it at the end. Pause there. Pulling double back. She does do it at the very end. And she should be happy with that extra.
Her day is complete, but still the floor exercise still to go for Oksana Omelianchik, who was tied with her teammate Helena Shushinova in 1985 for the World Championship.
And just started out with a bang, a triple twist right into a punch front. But more than the tumbling, what makes her so great on the floor exercise is her dramatic ability, her dance ability. She is one of the best in the world as far as her dance is concerned. She just brings this floor alive. Now watch this tumbling run. She really invented back and forth tumbling. Watch this. Moving right along. And now her last tumbling run. What a captivating gymnast. Round off back handspring, double pike, almost hits her nose to the ground, but she pulls it off. What a routine.
Triple.
The World Championships as Sabrina Marr of the United States mounts the balance beam. The crowd here has been very supportive of the American gymnasts, even through some of their mishaps.
And Sabrina's really been tough here, and she's been plagued in the past by back injuries. Her coach says she will be depending more on her mental strength to help her through.
And now we'll see whether Sabrina Marr has a chance.
She certainly has the difficulty and ability.
Mathematically now, she cannot take the lead as a result of what Boginskaya's score was, but still a top 3 for Sabrina. If she can hold it, would be a major accomplishment.
And you can see with a smile on her face, she did very well on that double layout. Critical part for her in her exercise. You mentioned that her parents were Chinese, but she says with this music she's making a statement. She is an American, and this is born in the USA. Double twist there.
Mother Rose watching.
Undoubtedly holding her breath. Just hold on to this double back. Good effort, good push. Very nice.
I've never been there.
Placed Bella Caroli in the position he has now. He does have some contact with the gymnasts, though not officially an assistant coach. This is Natalia Frolova as we begin floor exercise, the final routine.
As I mentioned, the depth of the Soviet team is what makes them so great, and Frolova is not the sparkler on the team, but she certainly is a great team player. Wonderful full-in double back there.
Kathy, in light of the music, I'm really glad you're giving us the facts and only the facts.
Soviet routines are always choreographed so well. They have 3 tumbling runs, whip over, back handspring, triple twist, not quite all the way around on that triple. One of the things you try to do in your routine is get that audience participation. It always helps. If not the judges, the confidence level. And now preparing for her last tumbling run. We always talk about endurance here. It's so important to really get that push for that last tumbling run. Double back, a little bit low, didn't get quite enough height. Strong routine, though.
Beautifully done. She grabbed it.
Unable to give you some of these scores that have come up after these periods.
good.
Now they're going to be concentrating. 9.875. We go back to an American gymnast in Do Yamashiro, who is 18 years of age, from Gardena, California.
Doing very well in this competition, and this is the first meet in a year that she has competed in due to a back injury. She did have back surgery last June. She's had to keep her nerves in check, and she's done so well. Back handspring, straddle down there. Done well there, showing her flexibility.
She had a disappointing 9.50 in the vault, which was the first event.
That's her weakest event, and that, once again, is due to her back injury. She hasn't been able to train on that like she would have liked to. Not quite as strong there, but the balance beam is a good event for her.
Her mother is American, her father is Japanese.
Preparing now for her gainer back layout, and she hits that very well.
Well, Kathy, you and I have been covering gymnastics on and off now for a couple of years, and we've watched some of these young women grow up from being little girls to being where they are right now, and they're approaching their big chance in Seoul, and it's getting really to be exciting, and you can almost sense it in their performances.
Absolutely. Not just from the Americans either. Everybody is warmed up, a little bit nervous. They're all anticipating how they will perform in Seoul. The Olympic year is a tough year for everybody mentally. Beautiful dismount, cartwheel, double twisting, gainer off the side.
Tennis should do that.
Andy wants to know.
Marlowe of Salt Lake City.
And she's going to have to get her composure together for the balance beam. This is a tough event. This has been her nemesis, or so her coach says. However, on her side, even though this is going to be a fairly stock routine, according to her coach, Mark Lee, she has beautiful suppleness, great flexibility, and here's a planche, and so far she's moving quite well. Missy has a tendency to move cautiously, but so far she's being aggressive, especially on that gainer layout. Back walk over to another layout, smooth as can be. Tough scissor leap, a slight break there, not bad though. You can see her concentrating. A little hesitant on that straddle jump, just a little bit low. Required full turn, slight break there. Great flexibility. See her legs go out just slightly on that back walkover, but she has such control and strength in her arms. She holds on to it very well. And now preparing for a dismount. She cannot pause too long. Round off double pike, a little low on the ending. Shoulders just slightly down.
Now back to beautiful Melissa Marlowe of the United States.
And this is new music and a brand new exercise for Melissa. She's delicate, she's supple, but she sure demonstrates power. As you will see right here in her first tumbling run. Full in double back, a little bit low with the shoulders there. Great flexibility. In 1987 was voted Athlete of the Year by her teammates. Another critical tumbling run coming up here. Actually, you will see 2 tumbling runs in one. Start off in one direction, right into a punch front. Little momentum lost there, not much. To another double twist. Of all the Americans, she has some of the nicest dance movements. Most polished in that area. And her last tumbling run, a double pike. Real low there. Just doesn't seem to have the energy.
Now back.
Class 3 mark.
Did she fall over me or is that
That's on purpose. Those are nice. That wasn't on purpose.
Okay, she must be more confident about
Thank you. Stuck. 3-0 on her. So 9-8 for Natalia Russian.